What's up, y'all? Today I have another video prepared. So I've done two videos on Argentina gameplay and tips, and I might do some more or just some straight tips. But I'm going to be starting a series where I go through Latin America and do some gameplay and some tips because Latin America is my best continent, and this will also um, help me get a little bit better by practicing. But yeah, so I'm excited to start that off. I think I'm pretty decent at Latin America already, but definitely some room for improvement. So first country I'll start off with is Ecuador. So Ecuador, let's go back. Ecuador is an interesting country. It has a little bit of Gen 4, but mainly Gen 3, and then of course it has the shit cam that we all know and do not love. But yeah, where's Ecuador? I don't actually know what the meta looks like. I don't think the Plonket is too great for regional clues. Yeah, I think I've looked at it before. High and low antenna. But yeah, I mapped some things which obviously are not all very useful, but some of them can be. So let's see how it goes. I'm not an expert whatsoever, but let's get started. So first thing to do is check the antenna. The antenna is a high antenna, and the high antenna, let me just search it up. High antenna is more of a north thing. It can also be, just central, but yeah. This ladder pole you usually see more south, sometimes more west, I'd say. And it's looking relatively flat, so I kind of like this maybe Manta area because that also has a decent bit of high antenna, like Buena Fe, Quevedo. So I'm gonna try it. Okay, it was Chone, so it's pretty solid. Okay, so next round we have a shit cam Ecuador. I find shit cam really difficult. I can't tell if this is a raindrop. Yeah, I find it really difficult, especially in urban. So not a whole lot. I know there's some over here, but I think my default is Santo Domingo. So okay, yeah, that makes sense. It's more west. This one looks like the low antenna, so this can be anywhere. But obviously it's pretty flat, pretty green, so should be the western half because it doesn't look quite Amazonian. There's no bollards, so it could be down here, but I don't think so. I think it's more of this area. We'll find out though. Okay, was sort of the area I was thinking. It was just north of Guayaquil. This next one, I think I might know the road. It's shitcam. There's a lot of shitcam on mountainous roads in the south. I know this road has it. This one too. So yeah, and then bollards can be useful. Does this look? This looks like the Australia one, which I have mapped, and it's not super regional, but as you can see, it's mostly in the south, and then there's like one or two roads, two or three, maybe four. So mainly in the south. I think it could be like something like this even. This looks a little bit off, but yeah, so that's kind of all I got for this. Somehow it's there. I haven't mapped that. Ecuador's a weird country, man. Okay. This one looks like the mid antenna too. It's pretty mountainous, so it should be in kind of the central region of the country because it's somewhat drier. Yeah, there's not a whole lot to go off of. I'll just go on Bato, I think. Okay, it was more south. So obviously not too great, but it is what it is. Red, gray, red. I kind of forgot where that is, but I think it should be south. I find that there's a lot of like shitcam highways with like lighter pavement in the south. So that's a good clue. But yeah, let me check my red bollard. Oh, let me untag this. So this one, obviously in the south as well. Oh, there is one of these near Ambato that I do remember. Looks kind of distinct, and then it's also on the National Park Road. And weirdly enough here, oh, that's a different one actually. I mismapped that. But yeah, I think it should be maybe. I'm not gonna really look for it, but it should be around here. Okay, it was the southern road. Okay, that's fine. It's acceptable at least. This one, I can't really read anything in the car. Let's see. It's also not high antenna, but it looks like once again that central Andes region with the dry hills. So, let's see. Yeah, I don't really know, to be honest. I'll just go Quito. Oh, wow. It was Loja. Okay, I totally missed on that one. This one, kind of feeling pretty south, but it could be like up here. Trying to gauge how hilly it is. I'm gonna go south. Okay, it is south. This one is Shikam again. I don't know if these palms are a thing. Double yellow, like big highway, is on this highway and up here. But it's also on other parts, like north of Guayaquil and up here. I'm gonna try this though. It is that highway. So then we look to get another shitcam light pavement. So I'll just commit here, and it is. That was a little bit better, but still not great. Now we have high antenna. Oh, and a big river. So high antenna a lot near Quito, but you don't see the dry Andes Mountains, so I'm assuming it's more near Santo Domingo or a little bit more south. But you can never be too sure. That's a big river. I don't think it would be anything like that. That's interesting though. Wait, this doesn't make sense, does it? No, it's divided. I don't know what it is. Okay. Oh, it was just this river. Should have remembered that one. Then we got the Gen 4 car, which is usually near Guayaquil or Quito, with some exceptions near Ambato or whatnot. But if it's rural, I'd assume it's Quito, like north. So that's fine. This one has low antenna. It reminds me of the shrubbery like down here, but I'm not quite sure. Okay, it is. What to say about this round? I don't know if there's a ton of dirt roads up here, and if so, they look flatter, I guess. This one wasn't easy though, so this one, Colegio Jambeli, this looks pretty Amazonian to me, with the ditches here and with the you know, white bark tropical vegetation, very flat, a lot of palms. So yeah, and then there is some high antenna there, and I have to just quickly remember where that is, and it's mostly near Nueva Loja and east of it, so these ones are pretty findable. I'm not gonna really look for it too much, but we'll see. So it appears we are back, and I made an okay guess. So yeah, let's go on to the next round. Once again, it is urban chitcam, which is not something I am good at. So just the most downtown Mavaloja ever. Or it's Guayaquil, or one of these towns here. I don't know. Let's see. Okay. It is Nuevo Loja grid, and it has chitcam, so that makes sense. 15K is not too bad for this map because the scoring is pretty difficult. Once again, we have what looks to be Amazonian. We have blue roofs and tropical vegetation, white bark. La Parroquia El Dorado, something like that. Wonder if this is findable, but it doesn't look super findable. So, I mean, kind of just somewhere over here, maybe? Okay, what was it? El Dorado it was, but that was not findable, so that's fine. Still looking pretty solid. Here we have the high antenna with the slight green hills, so thinking anywhere from like here to like here. And it's kind of just a hedging game, so I'll hedge like around here. Okay, a little more south. That's probably as south as that antenna gets you. Yeah. Okay, finally the round loaded, and we are here in what looks pretty dry. It's high antenna. I'm wondering if this is just a Quito that is still Gen 3 because it looks like a massive city here. So I'm betting it is. Oh, it's Ambato. Okay. This one is high antenna. Once again, it has banana plants, which are usually near Guayaquil and a little bit north. With the high antenna, I think it should be either Santo Domingo or like Quevedo here. I'm gonna hedge it like here. Okay, it's this road. That was possible to get. This one, kind of a difficult round. It looks pretty tropical. That might be the Australia one, which has been disproven by me. But yeah, where did I map it? Could be this road. Not really though. I think it was also on this road. I mean, could be over here too though. We'll see. Okay, it was a little eastern. It did look pretty Amazonian. That was alright, so we'll keep playing. Once again, here we have the light pavement. Sometimes it's red tinged, and actually when it's red tinged, I map that sort of. Extremely red, I think is what I called it. So yeah, that's really common west of Catamayo, but I don't know if that'll hold up here, but it should be fine. Yep, okay, that meta works. Next round, pretty mountainous, pretty green. Once again, looks very south. Thinking it could be this road or this road, so we'll see. Okay, it was this road I was thinking, which is a lot further north. I think this one is similar. I think it's this road. It could be this that I've seen these flowers on. Okay, yeah. Alright, it's that road. And then this one, I wonder if it has the the smudge. It doesn't look like it, but it has really light colored soil and green vegetation, including banana plants, and it's really flat. With this light of soil, I think near Machala, even, yeah, Arenas, I think over here would be a little hillier. But that's kind of my vibe here, so I'll just go around here. If my guess will load. Okay, yeah, it was right on the border, so nice. Yeah, the light soil and vegetation kind of confirmed that one. This looks like is that a red gray? I don't remember where this was last time I saw it. I think it was south. Let's check if I have red gray. Red gray. I do have it mapped somewhere. In the national park. On this road. I don't think this is accurate. I don't know though in this one. I'll still head south. Okay, it was the national park. That makes actually quite a bit of sense. This one should be south again. Yeah, okay. The south vibe is definitely easy to get. Also the Quito vibe, or not really vibe, it's just the car and everything. So what about this round though? Looks like mountains to the east. So it's Shikam, so it's possible it's near Machala. It's my top thought right now. It could be eastern near Guayaquil. Could even be somewhere close here to the mountains, but I think it's more southern, so I guess see if anything here works. This doesn't look too bad. I think the angle is off. Yeah. Not quite sure. We'll find out though. Oh, near Manta. Okay. It's just this range. Okay. Okay. Otorongo is a place. I guess I would think it's near Quito, but I did have the yellow-black poles. Yellow-black striped pole. I found it mostly to be in the south. So Catamayo or Loja. And that makes sense with these trees, I think. So I think I will actually go Loja here. It's Cuenca. Okay. So I think this is the southern or western pole. And it says Manabi, which I think is the one with Manta. Yeah. It's a decently big province. But yeah, should be somewhere. Yeah, that makes sense. Alright, I'll play like 2 more maybe. This double slant ball, or what I call it, is actually pretty useful. It's mostly near Guayaquil. Let's see if I can, yeah, this one is decently concentrated east of the city of Guayaquil. So I would trust that for the most part. I don't know which road. This time it might be, it could be El Triunfo. Is this divided? It does look divided, but not quite sure. Maybe it's this one too. Okay, it's just west of Guayaquil too, but near Guayaquil, mostly east of it. This round, Tungurahua is a mountain. Is it one of the ones here? Yeah, but I don't know if that actually means anything. Yeah, it's urban shit cam. It's hard to know. Santo Domingo. Okay. This one, it's hills in the car, so it's Quito. This is the extremely dry coverage, which, yeah, you find around Manta sometimes, but also around Salinas. I'm not sure if there's hills here that would make sense. So it might just be somewhere around, yeah, here. But it should be this coastal area. Yeah, it's just Manta. Okay. Next round. It has the standard bollards, just white and red. Some of them are white, red, white, red. Yeah, I can show the distribution of that. Red bollard, circular top. It is actually mostly concentrated in the south, which this round should be, but there's definitely a few other roads that have it. This is mostly well mapped, I'd say, so this should be pretty south, like somewhere, I guess, around here. It's a big river. Okay. All right, we'll keep going. Valle de los Chilos. Okay. No, I'm not sure there's a whole lot here. It's relatively urban. Looks like it could just be, or it could just be something near Quito. I think this might be the, yeah, this might be the Ibarra pavement I talked about, which I have here. Oh no, that's a different one. That's like the pebbled one. Okay. I lied about this pavement meta. These ones are in every city, I think, actually. But I do think going Quito or something near it is not a terrible idea. Could be Ambato. I'll hit here. Okay, yeah. The valley made sense, so. Okay. It looks like we have this southern/western pole. And the hills line up for kind of the western, slightly less hilly part. I think here. That's kind of the vibe I'm getting. Okay, nice. Now here we go with the low antenna. This one is pretty rural, so difficult, but in the mountains, so anywhere from Cuenca to Quito. I think I'll go near Quito, but hope it's not Cuenca. Okay, nice. This is a pretty good start to the game. We have high antenna, and we're also in the mountains, kind of near some houses and whatnot. So I would assume this one is near Quito. Yeah, so I guess let me show where the high antenna would be. Obviously somewhere around here. But then I didn't really map the outskirts of Quito because I found it difficult, but there's quite a bit around Quito itself. That's what I'm assuming it is, although it could be one of these around Ambato or something. I don't really know. I'll just guess Quito. Oh, of course it's Ambato. Okay, that's fine. Let's end with a good one. We get low antenna, and then kind of green and hilly. So it doesn't quite feel hilly enough for the right hills to be super south. That could be. That's what I'm kind of struggling with. I think I would guess like Quevedo or something. I don't really know. Okay, oh, the coastal roads. That's the other thing I forgot to mention. Let's get one more in. Okay, so this one we have the normal bollard with the circular top and mountains with these kind of line things, which, yeah, obviously the central area. Let me see if oh wait, what was I gonna look at? Yeah, the standard bollard with the circular top. either I mismapped it or it's mostly, if not south, and if, you know, kind of Andean, then near Quito, I think. I would hope that's mapped right. I don't really know though. Oh, north. Okay, yeah, this part also has some. Oh, I thought I mapped it. Well, I guess. Oh, wait. I guess I didn't. Anyways, here we go with another short antenna. Looks relatively Amazonian. So that could make sense for like a coca area. Okay, more of a than that one's hard for me to get the right part of the Amazon, but yeah, here we go. We have medium or low antenna. Tulcan, I think, is a town here. That's just knowing the town. What else could I say though? The north part of Quito does have that circular bollard quite a bit, and it looks very similar to the other round. Yeah, that's about all I can say. Is this 5 cable? I actually don't think so, but yeah, I don't really think I can get this in the end. Can I? No, probably not. Let's see. Okay, it was one town down. Yeah, alright, that makes sense. Maybe I missed something there too. Round 4, we have high antenna, which is a little bit odd. So we do have the like hills that kind of remind you of the Manta area, and slightly lighter green, slightly drier. So that's kind of what I'm putting my money on right now. Alright, nice. Here we go, round 5. What are they going to give us? Looks like a low antenna, and then in the mountains, so should be somewhere near Quito. Which way though? We're gonna be fully confident and guess around here. Let's see. Whoa, it's Loja. Okay. Do I play one more because that was bad? Sure, why not? Well, this one we got the double Australia bollard, which I also mapped. But with this dot and stuff, it should be near Tana, the smudge. Smudge, I think that's what there's a few, but this one specifically is near Puyo? Wow, south of Puyo. I always get it wrong. Oh yeah, this one. Which I think is, wait, where is it? I think it's the same one. Wait, is it? I'm not quite sure. Let me see the double. Double red, I think is what I called it. Yeah, it's also in this area, so yeah, it should be that exact area that I mentioned. Yeah, somewhere around here. Okay, perfect. Yeah, this pavement can be anywhere. It's high antenna, so maybe like a Santo Domingo. Could be something else. Oh, Coca does have it. I probably should have checked the angle. Okay, this I guess could be useful. It's the shit cam with like drops of water on it, which is usually near Santo Domingo, sometimes a bit south. I think it's in one of the national parks, and it's also on 1 or 2 roads in the Amazon. This looks a little bit more Amazonian to me, but can't be sure. So yeah, wet cam. That's what I called it. So yeah, some random roads, but also near Nueva Loja area, and I think that's where I will guess. Yeah, okay, perfect. It felt a little more Amazonian than the others. This also feels very Amazonian. Like I said, once again with the dark ditches and the white bark, just super tropical, dark roads, I guess. A little bit hilly though, which is I find to be on this road, sometimes some other roads. But yeah, high antenna is I think only on that road and maybe one other in the Amazon, Nova Loja and the East Road, so that can be useful. So this should be, yeah, I mean I'm not finding the curve, but okay, perfect. And then we look to get the same thing. Maybe it's high antenna, maybe it's not. It is, so it should be the same road. And yeah, that's a better way to end it. That's kind of crazy that those locations are right there. But yeah, that was well played except for this round, I guess. So yeah, that's it. Thank you for watching. Alright, so here's my map. It's really disorganized. I forgot to mention this beforehand. I don't think it'll be super useful to anybody, but I'll just speak over the quick metas I mapped. So a lot of light colored pavement, or it's not always light, light colored pavement on hilly roads. On hilly roads in the south. I found that pretty common, although it can be found in other spots. Along these roads, but yeah, my main observation that it's pretty common in the south. High antenna, so it's on these two roads in the Amazon. It's on the coastal road up here. It's a lot near Santo Domingo, a lot near Quito and Ambato, and then some down to east of Manta area. And you can like differentiate those yourself. Corn, I don't know if corn is useful. Okay, yeah, corn is like almost always the south. You won't see it a whole lot, but if it does show up, it's kind of confirming the south. I don't know if there was no corn here in this location. There's no corn in that one either. But yeah, if you do see corn, you're kind of guaranteed to be all the way south. Pickup, it's in Guayaquil, it's in Quito, and aside from that, and Ambato and the small towns in between sometimes. The only other road that's covered is the 487 with it. So if you find a rural road like this, it's just that one. It goes to Guayaquil too. So that's it for that meta. Extremely red. Like I said, it goes with the light colored pavement and the shit cam. And it's a pretty, oh, this is corn too. It's a pretty southwestern thing. This is like the reddest red I've ever seen in Ecuador. Anyways, this guardrail is only in guayas. I think it's yellow and black. It's not super hard to get guayas without it, but it is kind of a useful meta. Shit cam is everywhere. Don't even try. Wet cam, like I said, mostly near Santo Domingo, and what I've found, like overcast, and most of the times you'll see some smudges like this. Also south of Santo Domingo. Yeah, it's here, and it's here in the Amazon too. That's kind of my overview. Double slanted, yep, like I said, east of. It looks like this, and sometimes it's red, sometimes it's white. It's usually near Guayaquil, mostly east, with a few exceptions. Gen 3 dirt road, I didn't actually map all of it, but there's a lot of Gen 3 dirt roads in the south. There'll be some Gen 3 in here and some Gen 4, or like shit cam, but yeah, it's mostly in the southwest. Ibarra pavement, it's actually usually not all the way up as far as Ibarra, but it's just pebble pavement, kind of like the Western Mexico one. It's usually just the small towns north of Quito. It's actually a really good meta. Oil palms. Oh, yeah, there's a few spots near Quevedo that have them. or just like these interesting types of palms. They're not always oil palms. And then there's some near Santo Domingo, like these. Those are the two spots, Quevedo or Santo Domingo. Australia bollard, this one wasn't too good, but sometimes it's in the south. Next one, this is the last one I guess I'll go over, is the smudges. So there's this big smudge. Well, I don't know if it's a big smudge. Or yeah, this like black dot you'll see from around Macas to around Puyo. I don't know what this one is. Is there one here? There was one. Maybe it was to the top. But this is the other big smudge here, is in the southwest. All the way southwest, there's all these roads that are Gen 3 dirt roads mainly that are dry and have this black dot, smudge, whatever. You can't see it in all the locations, but most of them you can. So that one's pretty useful, and that about wraps it up for Ecuador.